I think I had a conversation today about the fact that I don't get emotional. I might do a caveat to that might not be the case. There are so many people that made this possible. And it was not just one person, it was not just one candidate, it was a movement. It was a movement that we needed change. It was a movement that we as parents wanted a voice. It was a movement that we as a community wanted to be able to have a say. And I am so very thankful that I am here today. I am passionate about education, and I am very excited to be here. I do have a few things to say thank you about. Because I am a financial person by trade, and creativity is not necessarily my forte. And unfortunately, what I found through this entire process is that you have to be creative to be a campaigner, and so that is a struggle for me. This is not in necessarily any order. I just want to say thank you. I did write a list. Imagine that. I'm a black and white person, so I don't have an orange, but I do have a piece of paper. I'm going to start with the key and the secret to my campaign, and that's Christina Garner. I talked to Tanya Deli, and she said, you need t-shirts, you need signs, you need stuff. And so I called Christina and said, I worked with you on your book, and I hear you do stuff. What might you do for me? She's like, I can do it all. And I'm like, thank goodness. And many midnights to 3 o'clock in the mornings, to us getting to know each other's families, to a blessing that I call a gift, that I know Christina, and the gift that she has brought to me. To the signs that everybody says to me, I saw your sign. And it is not that I had so many, because I had less than Dean Massey. I might have had a little bit more than others, but it's my sign that stood out. And that is, I think, a good portion of what I got tonight. Denise Stump, I met at an event for GF, and I would have never thought, but she talked to me and listened to me and heard what I had to say and was very energetic. And so I called her and said, hey, you have any time? Because I need to run a campaign. And she said yes, and she has been a crux for me and a go-to person. From taking Grayson to school when he needed to go to school, to running and managing our polls today, which was phenomenal, because anytime I needed something, I called her and she had it done. Denise Smith has already left, but I will say she was the sign-waving queen. Whether it was at a street corner, whether it was stealthily coming up at the early voting polls, she was there. She would just appear, and I didn't even know it, and it was a gift. Layla Rouse is not here, but I credit, I'm going to go on the record here, to Layla Rouse for my JT success. She took my picture and plastered it everywhere, and so I am an international success due to Layla. Not to mention her phone calling efforts. I will tell you, we were grassroots. Yes. We were grassroots.
Absolutely.
And we made phone calls. We knocked on doors. We talked to people, and that's what got us to where we are today, and Layla was a big piece of that, of organizing our phone calls. Anna Stiegel, unbelievable. Phone calls, emails. She's not here, but thank you. Jeff Yearwood, is he still here? Come stand beside me, my part of the ticket. Thank you. Jeff Yearwood, I made a phone call. Nathan and I were in a quandary. Who might we ask for to be a treasurer? I don't know. Who about this guy? And I come in and I'm like, oh my God! Because Jeff Yearwood was my treasurer. He has been a gift, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. I met a lot of people along the way, a lot of influential people that helped me, that I talked to. I started with John Elkington, Carol Heinley. I think she might still be here. Is she here? Yeah. There she is. To Bobby Lanier. And it is amazing to me how many people have a history in this town that I never knew had a history, that allowed me in and allowed me to be able to say hello and to talk to them. And that was a gift as well. And that propelled me to levels I would have never known. lastly, and this might be where I get a little emotional. That's my dog telling me that she's had enough. My family. When you run a campaign, when you say you want to run a campaign, you don't realize what it means to run a campaign. And it means hours out of the home. It means not attending things that you think are important to your family. It means not picking up your kids from school. And it takes a toll. But we banded together, Nathan and my boys, Trenton, Hunter, and Grayson, and we agreed that this was for the greater good. And there were moments when we had to take a breath and say, it is for the greater good, and we know we're going to prevail.
Like Sunday.
Exactly. Yes, it was even Sunday. But my sons walked neighborhoods. They shook people's hands, and that was amazing. But the biggest thing I have to say thank you for is my husband, because he is my biggest fan. And not many people get to say that, and it's a gift to me. He will sell me. He will say, this is what she's great at. And for that, I will forever be grateful, because he has picked me up when I thought we weren't where we should be. So for that, thank you for that. Exactly. And Rachel has a new mom and a new family, but that's okay. We'll bring him back. But anyway, I'm sorry I was long-winded. There's so many people to thank. Julie Womack coming in from Ohio, getting me Penny Hardaway and a vote. To everyone else who gave every amount of time. Again, grassroots is why we are here. And I will promise you that Amy and I will stay true to that. Absolutely. Because that is what got us here, and that is what will make us successful as an excellent school district. So thank y'all very much.